Chosen ones, stop for a second. If you leave now, you will miss something that does not come back. What I'm about to say is not meant for everyone. This is urgent, and it is directed only to those who are walking the path God set for them. If your heart is not aligned, if you are not listening with discernment, this will feel distant, even uncomfortable. That is not an accident. But if you are truly God's, if you have been called, set apart, and shaped in silence where no one was clapping for you, then this message has reached you at the exact moment it was meant to. Not early, not late, right now. And yes, something in you is about to shift. You've noticed it already. The looks you get, the way people watch you but don't say what they're thinking. Their eyes linger, then they pull back. You feel the tension. You feel the recognition mixed with confusion. That is not random, and it is not in your head. Today, you're going to understand why this keeps happening. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation. And if you stay until the very end, what's revealed will settle something deep inside you. It will bring clarity. It will bring peace. And it will finally explain who you really are and what God is actively doing through you right now. But there's one part of this that almost everyone misses. A detail hidden in plain sight. And once you see it, you'll understand why your life has unfolded the way it has, and why this moment matters more than you think. There is a reason this keeps happening, and it is deeper than anything the mind can explain. What you are experiencing is real. It is not imagination, not anxiety, not ego. It is the spirit recognizing truth before the intellect can name it. Long before people find words, their soul reacts. When they look at you and fall silent, something inside them has already responded. They may not understand God, calling, or spiritual authority, but their spirit still knows when it is standing near something set apart. As Scripture says, the spirit of man is the lamp of the Lord. That lamp flickers when truth comes close. When their eyes rest on you, something pauses within them. They sense a weight, a quiet strength, an order they cannot control. It feels familiar because it echoes truth. It feels uncomfortable because truth demands movement, and most are not ready to move. Silence becomes the space where recognition hides from responsibility. Not everyone who notices you is meant to step toward you. Some are meant only to witness. Some are meant to feel conviction. Others are meant to remember a calling they buried long ago. In those moments, words would expose too much. People speak freely when they feel equal. They grow quiet when they feel seen. Your presence carries stillness, and stillness reveals what noise works hard to cover. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to announce your purpose. Order speaks for itself. This is why some feel drawn, yet never approach. To engage with you would require honesty, and honesty costs more than curiosity is willing to pay. Some stare because your light shows them the distance between who they are and who they were meant to be. That realization is heavy, so they choose silence. This has nothing to do with your appearance or behavior. It has everything to do with what you carry. Chosen ones never truly disappear into the background, even when they try. Your spirit stands upright in rooms where others have learned to bend. That contrast is felt before it is understood. And hear this clearly now. Silence is not rejection. Silence is not dismissal. Silence is often respect braided tightly with fear. Fear of saying the wrong thing. Fear of being seen too clearly. Fear of stirring something they have worked hard to keep asleep. Some sense that if they speak to you, the conversation will not stay light. It will not remain safe. They know it will move past surfaces, past roles, past masks. So they pause, they watch, then they retreat. Others feel something heavier. When they look at you, their own conscience rises. Your presence reflects choices they avoided examining, paths they compromised on, truths they postponed. You do not accuse them, but their spirit does. That is why their gaze lingers while their mouth stays closed. Release the instinct to read every stare as opposition. Not every silent person stands against you. Many are standing inside an internal reckoning. And confrontation without words carries weight. You were never meant to explain yourself to everyone who notices you. God does not make every door accessible. Some open only in their appointed hour. Some connections are delayed by design. Others are never meant to form. The spiritual realm responds to awareness, not volume. Be still and know that I am God. Those marked by God are often sensed, not announced. That sensing creates hesitation. It creates pauses. It creates silence. This is why some look away the moment you meet their eyes. To them, eye contact feels like exposure, and many are not ready to be truly seen. You are not here to make everyone comfortable. You are here to carry truth with calm authority. You are not assigned to chase approval or force closeness. You are called to remain steady. The silence you notice is not an invitation to doubt yourself. It is evidence that your presence registers. So let your body soften. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not too intense. You are not imagining this. You are aligned. And alignment is unmistakable. People recognize something in you, whether they understand it or not. That part is not yours to manage. Your calling now is to stay rooted, peaceful, and awake. And what comes next will show you how to carry this awareness without isolation, without weight, and without shrinking who you are becoming. Before we continue, let's pause for a moment. This isn't a small moment, and it's not happening by chance. If this message has touched your heart, take a deep breath and allow yourself to be fully present. Before we go any further, I want you to do something seemingly simple, yet profoundly spiritual, an act of spiritual acceptance. First, like this video. Let that click be more than just a gesture. Let it be a silent declaration. I welcome what God is saying into my life. Second, subscribe and stay connected, not just with one channel, as we're aiming for 20,000 subscribers, but with the flow of messages that guide, awaken, and strengthen your spirit, so you don't miss out on what's meant for you. Third, write the number 999 or 777 inches. The comments as your declaration. Write your city and location in the comments. Lord, I am the one you are looking for. I embrace the transformation you are leading me toward. And for those who feel guided by the Lord and are able to support this mission through prayer, words, or by sending a super thanks, know that you are not simply giving. You are standing alongside us as a companion in this sacred task, helping this message reach others who are seeking hope and guidance. Amen. You were never walking this path alone. Receive this slowly, because it will steady you. There will be moments when the stairs feel heavy, not hostile, just weighted, as if the atmosphere shifts for a breath. When that happens, do not brace yourself. Do not pull inward. Do not close your heart. Stay present. Calm presence is a strength few ever master, and it is one you are learning now. Most are not looking at you because they want something from you. They are looking because something inside them has been stirred. Sometimes it is admiration they never learned how to voice. Sometimes it is envy they have not faced. Sometimes it is a quiet hunger for the peace you carry without effort. And here is the truth that changes everything. Silence is easier than vulnerability. To speak to you would require them to be seen. Most people were trained to conceal, not reveal. So they choose distance instead of honesty. Release the habit of searching faces for approval. That habit drains what is sacred. Your energy is not common. When God allows you to be noticed without being accessed, it is often protection, not rejection. It shields you from conversations that would dilute you, attachments that would delay you, explanations you were never assigned to give. You do not owe clarity to everyone, unsettled by your light. Timing matters. Some are not silent because they are unwilling, but because they are unready. God, in wisdom, delays contact until the moment can hold fruit. Even Scripture reminds us there is a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Forced connections stay shallow. So when the silence rises again, anchor yourself in this truth. This is not about proving who you are. This is about trusting who God is forming you into. Stay steady, stay kind, stay grounded. Silence around you is not absence, it is impact. And real impact does not announce itself. It carries weight. What you carry was never a choice you made. You did not wake up and decide to be different. You did not ask to feel more deeply, to see more clearly, to sense what others overlook. This weight was placed on you long before you had language for it. That is why it feels natural in your body, yet intense to those around you. Many who are chosen wrestle here. You tell yourself you are imagining it. You try to soften, to shrink, to stay unnoticed. But hear this clearly now. You cannot reduce what God authored. You can only suppress it. And suppression always leads to exhaustion. Your presence has weight because your spirit is aligned. Alignment creates gravity. Gravity draws attention without effort. You do not need to speak loudly or take space aggressively. When alignment is real, it speaks on its own. Authority does not come from personality. It comes from position. And your position was established before you ever entered the room. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. That knowing still carries force. Even in silence, you fill space. Even when tired, something in you feels anchored. This is not confidence learned. It is grounding forged through trials, isolation, obedience, and unseen battles. You live with this weight, so it feels ordinary to you. To others, it feels unfamiliar. And unfamiliar things are admired, feared, or avoided. When you enter a room, you bring more than your presence. You bring your history, your discernment, your survival, your yes to God. Depth does that, and depth unsettles shallow intentions. Masks slip around authenticity. That is why some grow quiet. Not because you failed, but because performance no longer works. Stop apologizing inwardly for who you are. Some of you lower your eyes, soften your voice, pull back your energy so others won't feel uneasy. But intimidation is not always aggression. Sometimes it is truth standing still while everything else shifts. You are not intimidating because you are loud. You are intimidating because you are grounded, and grounding cannot be faked. God does not entrust weight to those he does not trust. Weight requires character. Presence requires restraint. The fact that you carry this without abusing it reveals your integrity. You do not manipulate attention. You do not hunger for control. That is why this presence was entrusted to you. Others may not know your heart, but they feel that you cannot be easily influenced. That awareness makes some cautious. Words slow down. Pauses appear. Conversations change. Consciousness rises. You do not need to correct people for truth to confront them. and you are not responsible for managing their discomfort. Even Jesus carried a presence that caused some to follow, some to watch silently, and some to walk away. Presence always creates response. Neutrality rarely survives near truth. If your presence had no meaning, it would go unnoticed. Indifference looks like invisibility. You are not invisible. You are simply not meant to be accessible to everyone. There are seasons where you are seen but not engaged. This is refinement. Learning to stand without validation, to be noticed without feeding on attention, to remain humble while being recognized. Do not read every stare as scrutiny. Some are learning without speaking. Some are being steadied by your calm. Some are being awakened. Some are being warned by their own conscience. None of that is yours to manage. Your task is alignment. When you remain aligned, your presence speaks even in silence. That is not a burden, it is trust. You were trusted with this weight because you could carry it without losing yourself. You are not too much. You are standing where you were placed, and that position matters more than you know. Here is the truth that settles your spirit once you stop resisting it. God does not place weight by accident. He assigns it with intention. Weight is never given to destroy you. It is given because you were built to carry it. A weak structure collapses under pressure, but you are still standing, still kind, still steady. That alone testifies to the strength within you. You were reinforced through hardship, through long silences, through seasons where no one explained what was happening. None of that was wasted. It was preparation. That is why your presence feels seasoned, not rushed or desperate. You learned how to remain when comfort left. You learned how to stand without applause. That kind of maturity speaks before you ever open your mouth. Those who stare often sense that you are not easily impressed, and that unsettles them. Many people live on reaction and approval. They shape themselves to fit every room. When they encounter someone anchored within, it exposes how much of their life depends on validation. You do not chase energy. Energy meets you, and that is rare. Receive this freedom now. You are not obligated to explain your depth to those who have not been given access. Silence is not avoidance. Sometimes silence is wisdom guarding what is sacred. Do not cast your pearls before swine. God often hides his most valuable work in plain sight, revealed only when the heart is ready. That is why some sense there is more to you but never step closer. They feel the depth but lack the capacity to enter it. That is not arrogance. It is discernment. As you mature, you become more at peace with being misunderstood. That peace is not distance. It is security. Guard your heart here. Do not harden because others stay quiet. Do not withdraw as self-protection. Remain open yet discerning, gentle yet grounded, present without overexposure. Your presence is meant to heal, not isolate. The goal is not to shrink so others feel comfortable. The goal is not to shine so others feel small. The goal is to remain steady so those meant to find you can do so in their time. Some will come later. Some will not come at all. Both are allowed. Your worth is not measured by who approaches you, but by how faithfully you remain who God formed you to be. So, when the room stills and the familiar pause appears, do not tense. Do not question yourself. Stand softly in your truth. You are not carrying this weight alone. Now, we move into the question that lingers beneath everything else. You've accepted that people notice you. You've accepted that your presence carries weight. But the question that keeps echoing is this: why do they say nothing? Why the pauses, the unfinished sentences, the conversations that never begin. Most people are not silent because they have nothing to say. They are silent because too much awakens inside them at once. When inner conflict rises, movement freezes. Fear takes hold, not fear of you, but fear of what interacting with you might uncover. Your presence invites reflection, and many avoid looking inward at all costs. You carry stillness in a world addicted to noise. That alone unsettles people. They speak easily when they can hide behind humor, roles, surface identities. But when they sense those masks won't work, silence becomes protection. Speaking to you feels like stepping into honesty. And honesty demands courage. Not everyone has yet. Conviction is also at work. Conviction does not always arrive through words. Sometimes it comes through contrast. Your calm reveals their chaos. Your integrity exposes compromise. Your patience highlights restlessness. You say nothing, yet something is revealed. That is why discomfort arises without accusation. Silence allows them to retreat, unchanged. Conviction is not condemnation. You are not judging them. What they feel is the echo of their own awareness. Alignment reveals misalignment without effort. Some sense that engaging with you would challenge habits, beliefs, comforts they have carefully protected. Comfort is guarded fiercely. This is why those most practiced in avoidance often become the quietest. They watch, analyze, weigh their inattention, then choose silence. There is also conflict beyond what eyes can see. Not everyone who encounters you is aligned with your path. Difference challenges identity. Those unsure of themselves avoid those who are rooted. If you've ever wondered whether you are intimidating, hear this clearly. You are not intimidating because you are harsh. You are intimidating because you are authentic. Authenticity removes the stage. Those who rely on performance or control sense they cannot influence you easily. They admire from a distance, study your stillness, yet do not step closer. Some feel something deeper still, a pull toward growth, change, truth. That pull can be frightening. Growth requires release. Change requires effort. Truth requires accountability. Silence delays all three. This was never about your worth. It is about readiness. You are not here to be easily understood. You are here to be true. Truth is not always welcomed quickly. Even light conversation feels meaningful in your presence, and those who prefer distraction avoid meaning. Your stillness slows people down, and slowing down reveals what they are running from. Some feel safer speaking to you only in groups. One-on-one feels too exposed. Silence shields vulnerability. This does not mean you are meant to walk alone forever. It means you are meant to connect with the ready, not the hiding. God often allows chosen ones to be noticed before they are understood. This builds patience. It breaks dependence on approval. It can feel lonely, but this is shaping, not abandonment. Though it linger, wait for it. Stop decoding every silent response. You do not need to adjust yourself to be permitted. Some are quiet because they feel spiritually small. That does not make them weak. It makes them aware. Others are quiet because they sense authority, not dominance. Authority that does not announce itself. So, when silence appears again, do not tense. Do not retreat inwardly. Remain present. Calm presence disarms fear more than explanation ever could. You are not here to resolve discomfort. You are here to walk faithfully. You are not weak for feeling the weight of this. You are human. Now we come to the quiet ache that lives beneath the surface. Not the emotions you show, but the ones you carry alone. Being seen, noticed, even felt by others without being truly understood, creates a particular kind of loneliness. Only those who are chosen recognize it. It is visibility without intimacy. You can stand in a crowded room and still feel alone. Eyes meet you. Presence is sensed. Yet no one steps close enough to know your heart. That space can feel heavy. There is nothing wrong with you for feeling this. It is not rejection. It is separation with purpose. God often allows his chosen ones to be observed before they are embraced. This season is not punishment. It is refinement. When you are seen but not understood, you are being taught to draw validation from God rather than from people. That lesson is uncomfortable, but it builds something unshakable. There is a reason you do not blend easily. A reason shallow connections exhaust you. Your spirit is wired for depth, and depth requires readiness and courage. Not everyone has that capacity. Small talk drains you not because you are distant, but because your soul longs for meaning. Others are nourished by surface exchange. You are not. People may think they know you because they see you, but seeing is not understanding. They notice your calm, your steadiness, your strength. Yet they do not see the nights you wrestled quietly, the faith you chose when no one was watching, the endurance formed in isolation. This creates a strange solitude. You feel capable yet tired, present yet unseen. God often hides his deepest work behind calm exteriors. The world admires strength. God shapes endurance. And endurance is forged in solitude. Not to isolate you forever, but to protect what is forming. Too much access too early can dilute calling. Few may truly understand you now, and that can ache. But this loneliness is not emptiness. It is space. Space for growth. Space for discernment. Space for intimacy with God. You are not tired because you are weak. You are tired because you are carrying responsibility others cannot see. You process awareness constantly. And still, you show up with grace. That is character. Being chosen does not mean suffering in silence forever. It means learning discernment. Not everyone who notices you is meant to know you deeply. Peace comes when you accept that. There will be those who meet you without fear, who understand your quiet, without explanation. They are rare, but they are real. They arrive when you stop forcing connection. Until then, God teaches you how to be whole with yourself, in the quiet, in the waiting, in learning that being alone is not being abandoned. God is closest in stillness. Every sigh, every unspoken question is seen. This season is shaping wisdom you will need later. Feeling alone among people is not weakness, it is sensitivity. You sense what is unspoken. Surface connection feels hollow. Some environments no longer fit. That is not loss. It is transition. And transitions are quiet. Your circle may be small, but it is intentional. God works deeply with hearts, not crowds. Before the right people arrive, you learn inner companionship. Silence becomes restorative. You stop fearing it. You realize it is better to be misunderstood by many than half understood by those not ready. When the loneliness rises again, sit with it gently. Let it teach you how to anchor in truth, not approval. And one day, without effort or explanation, something will shift. The right people will recognize you, not just with their eyes, but with their spirit. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. Here is how you move through this reality without losing yourself. Understanding why people stare or fall, silent matters, but learning how to live peacefully within it is what protects your heart and spirit. The danger for the chosen is not being noticed. It is slowly shrinking, hardening, or disconnecting in response. That is not your calling. You are not meant to withdraw from the world. You are meant to walk through it calmly, fully yourself. Begin here. You are not responsible for managing other people's reactions. Many exhaust themselves trying to be easier to understand, easier to accept, easier to digest. They soften their presence, dim their light, adjust their tone. Over time, that creates inner fracture. Peace returns when you stop managing perception and start trusting alignment. When you are aligned, the right ones are drawn without effort. The wrong ones fall back without drama. Both outcomes protect you. Walking calmly means you stop scanning faces for approval. You stop interpreting silence as judgment. You turn inward and ask one steady question: am I at peace with who I am right now? If the answer is yes, nothing else needs to be solved. This is inner authority, quiet, unannounced, grounded. It does not explain itself. It simply stands. With inner authority, you stop over-explaining and oversharing. Explanation belongs where relationship exists. Depth is shared where readiness has been proven. This is how you guard your energy. Learn also the difference between discernment and suspicion. Discernment is calm awareness. Suspicion is anxious vigilance. One grounds you, the other drains you. When you feel watched, soften your body. Breathe. Stay present. Your calm regulates more than words ever could. Silence, used wisely, is not weakness. It is strength. You do not need to fill space to relieve discomfort. Let stillness do its work. Some moments that change you will never involve conversation. Walking calmly does not mean becoming distant. It means becoming selective. You remain kind and open, but no longer available to everything. This is where boundaries matter. Boundaries are not walls. They are filters. They protect peace. You are allowed to leave spaces that drain you. You are allowed to limit access without guilt. Structure also steadies you. Routine grounds the spirit. Reflection, rest, intentional solitude. Solitude, chosen, becomes restoration. And remember this, not everyone deserves your vulnerability. Vulnerability is sacred. It belongs with those who have shown safety and respect. Sharing too much too soon leads to feeling exposed, not connected. There will be moments when silence feels awkward and you wonder if you should speak just to ease it. Pause. Ask whether your words would bring truth or merely comfort. You are not called to be universally comfortable. You are called to be grounded. Humility matters here. Calm living is not superiority. It is responsibility. You carry what you've been given with care. You don't judge those who stay silent. You release them. And in that release, you find peace. Let all that you do be done in love. Trust this as well. Some connections are delayed for your protection. Some conversations never happen because they are unnecessary. Guidance continues even in quiet spaces. When you stop rushing outcomes, life unfolds naturally. Those meant to approach you will do so without fear. Others will fall away without conflict. This is the life of a grounded chosen one. Steady, undramatic, whole. You are not meant to lose yourself trying to fit where you were never designed to belong. Walk forward, calmly. Stay aligned. The right connections will meet you at the right time. Nothing about you is rushed. Nothing about you is accidental. This is confirmation, not a burden. Listen closely now, because this is where everything you've lived through changes meaning. The pain you endured was not random. The collapse you survived was not a mistake. The pressure that almost broke you was not punishment. It was proof. Proof that something divine was already moving through you long before you understood it. Fire only comes for what carries weight. Storms only rise against what matters. What you have been calling a burden was never meant to crush you. It was confirmation following you. Chosen ones often misread confirmation as pressure because it does not arrive gently. It arrives with resistance, with attention you didn't ask for, with silence that feels heavier than words. But understand this now. When God marks someone, He does not always surround them with applause. Sometimes He surrounds them with watching eyes, with hesitation, with quiet recognition. If your presence carried no power, it would pass unnoticed. If your alignment was false, it would stir nothing. Indifference looks like invisibility. That was never your experience. The stillness around you is not emptiness. It is response without language. Something in others recognizes what they do not yet have the courage to name. You questioned yourself because you felt the weight. You wondered if you were too much, too intense, too serious. But what if this is simply what quiet authority feels like? Authority does not beg to be understood. It does not explain itself to every room. It stands. And when it stands, everything unstable feels it. You are not carrying heaviness, you are carrying clarity. And clarity disrupts. It slows people down. It exposes what is misaligned. That is why this season has been uncomfortable. God often allows external confirmation to appear before internal certainty fully settles. Others sensed it in you before you trusted it in yourself. You felt something invisible on you because it is invisible. But invisible does not mean unreal. Wind cannot be seen, yet it moves forests. Gravity cannot be touched, yet it holds worlds in place. Spiritual authority works the same way. People react to it without having words for it. That is not something to fix. It is something to accept. The moment you accept it, resistance loosens. You stop bracing when you enter rooms. You stop shrinking. You stop overthinking. You arrive as you are, and suddenly, what once drained you loses its power. The silence no longer weighs you down. It becomes awareness, not fear. This is maturity. This is where the chosen stop asking, "Why me?" and begin asking, "What is this shaping in me?" And what it is shaping is the ability to stand without explanation, to move without apology, to remain aligned without needing permission. But hear this clearly. Being marked does not mean being above others. It means being trusted with responsibility. The more awareness you carry, the more grounded you must remain. Pride would distort what is being built. Humility preserves it. Not self-denial, but self-awareness. Knowing your strength without abusing it. Knowing your influence without exploiting it. Knowing your difference without isolating yourself. Some of you have lived in this space for a long time, seen but still waiting, noticed but still forming. That waiting was not delay, it was integration. God has been aligning your inner confidence with your outer calling. So, when people look and say nothing, let it remind you, something is being recognized, even if it is not spoken. Something is being acknowledged, even if it is not understood. You do not need verbal confirmation when you already carry spiritual alignment. Let the silence be what it is. A pause, a recognition, a moment of awareness. You are not behind. You are not missing anything. You are standing exactly where you were placed. And that position, even when it feels quiet, carries power. So walk forward without explanation. You were never meant to shrink so others could stay comfortable. You were never meant to doubt your path because courage failed in someone else. Silence is not always confusion. Sometimes it is recognition without readiness. Let them stare. Let them wonder. Let them stay silent. Your life does not require interpretation. God speaks through alignment, louder than words ever could. The ones who are meant to understand you will arrive in their season. Until then, know this with certainty. Your pain was not wasted. Your trials were not accidental. You were being forged, marked, and positioned. And if you feel it now, that tension in your chest, that sense that something is stirring again, it's because this was never the ending. It was the moment you realized the door had already begun to open. Lord, I come before you in stillness, not to be seen, but to be aligned. You know the weight I carry, the silence that follows me, and the calling that rests on my life. I no longer ask you to remove what you have placed upon me. Instead, I ask for the strength to carry it with humility, clarity, and peace. Where others hesitate, steady me. Where silence surrounds me, ground me. Where misunderstanding lingers, anchor me in truth. Teach me to stand without explanation, to walk without apology, and to trust that what you are forming in me does not require immediate understanding from others. Guard my heart from shrinking. Guard my spirit from hardening. Let me remain open, discerning, and calm. If my presence awakens conviction, let it be wrapped in love. If my stillness unsettles, let it also heal. I release the need to be approved, interpreted, or fully understood. I receive your timing. I accept your refinement. I trust that what you marked will unfold in its appointed hour. Form me, steady me, and keep me aligned. I am willing. I am listening. I am yours. Amen. If this prayer touched your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Take a moment to share what this message unlocked in you. Your words may become the breakthrough someone else has been praying for. Speak your desires. Write them down. Declare them. And then believe. Go to the comments and take a moment to write 999 or 777, and also share your city and where you're listening from. Let this be a quiet but powerful declaration of faith and alignment with what heaven is unfolding in your life. If you haven't already, like this message, so it can reach others who are searching for hope and clarity right now. And subscribe to stay connected, not just for support, but to remain in the flow of encouragement, truth, and spiritual clarity. As we're moving toward 20,000 subscribers, your presence helps us continue building a community of believers who know that faith isn't fantasy, it's power. This space was created for your growth, your healing, and your alignment with heaven. There are new messages waiting for you, and you don't want to miss what God is unfolding next. And to everyone who supports this ministry through your comments, your prayers, or by using the Super Thanks feature, thank you. Your generosity helps this message reach the hearts God is preparing right now, far beyond what we could do alone. Stay anchored, stay alert, stay chosen. The journey from this moment forward may not always be easy, but it will be holy, it will be purposeful, and it will be worth it. You were born for this. What if the silence you've been fearing is actually the clearest confirmation that your life is aligned with something far greater than you realized? Amen.